Hey girl, hey, welcome to Power by Faith newsletter video edition. Yes, we are in part 3 of how to conquer your fears, and I am so excited about it. I hope you are, and I hope you are conquering your fears this month. So next month we start afresh without the fears. Sis, I can't wait to hear the testimonies and the stories about you conquering your fear and what life is going to be like. So last week, I gave you a few more tips actually, on how to conquer your fear. And I'm actually winding down and finishing up with the 10 tips that I have for you to how to conquer your fears. Now, these tips are things I have done repeatedly every time fear tries to stick its head in my business, in my season, okay, of just doing what I need to be doing for the kingdom. These are the things I do to ensure that not only I conquer the fear, but I have a strategy for it, okay? We think sometimes when things come up, we can just do it by the fly and figure it out. You got to be strategic when it comes to fear. You can't just be playing around. So this is why I gave you these 10 tips, these 10 steps, these 10 actual practical steps on how to conquer your fear. I'm not playing no games with fear, since I'm serious when I say I want you to be fearless and I want myself to be fearless. So we got to do this together, and we cannot play no games with it. So I'm going to give you the rest of the 10 tips on how to conquer your fear. But before I get started and finishing up with this 3-part series, I will ask, please, that you take our survey for the newsletter. I want to ensure that I am providing you with things that are feeding you and not things that's just taking up space in your email. I want to ensure that I am pouring into you. And then I also want to ensure that anything in the future that I'm doing, that God is having me to do, He placed on my heart to do, that you are willing and able to participate and be a part of it. Because like I said, I'm not on this journey alone, and neither are you. We are doing this together. We are being fearless together, and we are building our faith, building our relationship with God, and really just developing our spiritual journeys, developing our personal lives within this newsletter. So many people think it's just a newsletter. So no, we do more than just newsletters, okay? I'm pouring everything I have into it and more. So as God downloads to me, I give to you as He tells me, and I really just hope it bless you. So if you can just please take that survey so that we can ensure that we are giving you content, videos, and all that good stuff that resonates with you, and I'm just not giving you stuff that just does not match with your season and the journey that you're going on, okay? So let's finish up. Number 8 of how to conquer our fear is to get support, right? Sometimes we feel like we are all alone, and when we feel like that, we are secluded. We put ourselves in a corner and try to act as if everything is okay, act as if, we put on this bright smile, girl, I'm good, but on the inside, we are burning. On the inside, we are breaking. On the inside, we are about to be a ticking time bomb, right? So get some support. Surround yourself with people that can support you, and people that are positive, going to pour into you. That's not just going to take from you, but also just really, truly, genuinely want to pour into you. And that's where the newsletter come in. Like, I want to pour into you. This is one of your support systems here. You can always email me. You can always hold yourself accountable, right? I'm not telling you to beat yourself up, but I want you to hold yourself accountable. When that fear comes, you're going to say, okay, I'm not doing that. Or you know what? I slipped up a little bit. Let me confess that. Let me move on. I want you to check yourself when you have those fears. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, for real. Like, you got to say, wait a minute. Am I walking in fear, or am I walking in faith? Like, where am I at on that scale? Am I closer to fear, or am I closer to faith? And if I'm closer to fear, okay, let me go back over these steps that Tiffany then gave me, right? And let me see what I can do to put me back on the path I need to be on to get closer to moving in towards my faith, right? And the last thing is journaling. I'm a big advocate for journaling. Journaling has truly allowed me to write a historical book of the blessings and the things God has gotten me through over this last probably 3 years. I think I started journaling for real in 2019, and I've been journaling since. And when I tell you, how I look back and say, okay, if God got me through this fear in this season, he can get me through the next fear in the next season on my next level, right? If God got me through the death of my mom and the death of my dad, he can get me through the death of, one of my best friends or whatever. So it really shows, like, sometimes we forget how God got us through so much, like we got amnesia or something. We just kind of just wipes out our mind. So that gives you a record, a resume of how good God has been in your life, and how he can, if he's been that good, he ain't changed. Your situation may change, your dynamics may change, but he is the same God that helped you back then, the same God is going to help you now, right? So sis, I am so full up about this fearless, how to conquer your fear series, and I hope it filled you up. I hope you are ready to really just knock out that fear like a 1-2 hitter, okay? No more running, no more procrastinating, no more making excuses. We are being fearless women, okay? Being fearless in our faith, fearless in our business, fearless in going to school, fearless in the woman God has called us to be, okay? Because he has so much for you, and it starts by you just allowing him to do what he does, allowing him to be who he is in your life, okay? So I really hope you enjoy this 3-part How to Conquer Your Fears series. It was all birthed by a one word God gave me, was fearless, and he gave me so much download. He reminded me of my own fears that in the past, that it's going to help me to conquer the next season in this fear that I'm, battling myself. Like I said, I'm not one of them people that's going to say, oh, I'm not going through nothing, I got it all together, sis. No, I don't have it all together. I'm on this journey right with you, okay? I got stuff I'm going through that I'm working my way through, but I want you to know you're not by yourself, right? We're going to get through this together, okay? This newsletter is for you, okay? So don't think that you're by yourself. Like I said, yes, I do these newsletters every week, and I send out things, but that you can email me back. I'm a real person. I know at the beginning, people like, is this real? Like, are you a real person? Like, yes, I am the one that write the newsletters. I'm the one that got the misspellings and all of that, but I'm the one that also is pouring into you. I'm also the one that's sincere and genuine in these newsletters. Like, I'm not playing no games, because I'm telling you, this newsletter, God is going to do something amazing with it, and every woman attached to it. Hear me when I say, mark this day, that I know God is doing some amazing things, and if I stay obedient and you stay obedient, girl, I'm going to be speechless when God make a move, okay? But we have to be obedient. We have to be intentional. And we have to do this stuff together, okay? So, all right, fearless ladies, I will see you next week.